thought I'd do a kind of an overview and review of my 2020 Tractor Supply 5.5 by 10 foot utility trailer. I needed something to haul around my four-wheeler and get some odds and ends done around the yard, so I went ahead and picked this up. So I've had it for a few months, been using it, and honestly I love it. Works out perfect. So I had looked on Craigslist and like OfferUp, and I looked at all these trailers. They were used and they were all right around the same price as this one. I think I picked this up for around 1,500 bucks. Just bit the bullet and picked it up. And I have not been disappointed. It's done everything I've asked it to, and done it very easily at that. So I've hauled away a bunch of brush and leaves from my yard, and I tow around the four-wheeler with this. No problems. It's got 15-inch tires. Nice tires that it came with. Man, it's still got the tag on it. I'll have to get that off, but it's worked out beautifully. So 15-inch tires, which is nice. It's not the tiny 13-inch. It's got a decent axle on it with leaf springs. You can see that. And I wanted the the base or the floor of it to be wood, so if I ever needed to replace it, if they rotted out. But it comes with pressure treated lumber, 2x6. So the 10 foot serves me perfectly with the quad that I have. Is the Sportsman 570. I loaded up and I put the tires up against this beefy rail, and it comes back like 8 foot, so about to right here. And then I have all this other room for whatever else I'm hauling around that day, cooler, whatever. And I will comment on these rails. Very beefy rails. It looks like 2-inch boxed frame there. It's all welded up nicely. It's got real nice welds on it. It's boxed in, so nothing's going to get in there. It's going to keep all the crap out. The base of it's made of angle iron, but it's pretty beefy angle iron at that, as is the frame. So you got like 3-inch angle iron there, and 2-inch on the, I'm making up the basket there. But I like this a lot because you can get your four-wheeler onto it easily. This gate just drops down. It'll actually drop all the way to the floor, and you don't have to have that gate straight up all the time. But I like this because of this nice feature here. Like this little pin, you can pull it out and then twist it, and it'll stay out. So, that's nice. So you go around the other side, it's going to stay open for you while you go and get the other side out and drop the gate down. So you can pull whatever you want up here, like a tractor or four-wheeler or whatever have you. And then when the time comes to close, you just turn it, and it's spring-loaded. It'll go right back in. So it came with nice lighting. So you got your standard turn signal and brake lights there, but this is also wired up with side lights. So you have an indicator there and there. It's a little messy with the wires being exposed there, but maybe I'll throw some electrical tape on there and clean it up. But you can see it's gotten pretty dirty. I was cleaning up a bunch of leaves in my yard. I would suck them up with my lawnmower and then just throw the leaves on here. Instead of messing up my truck, loading those leaves up into the truck, I just threw them on here, and then with my four-wheeler, I can't say that word today for some reason. My four-wheeler, I have it towing this thing around. I just run up to the leaf drop and unload them. So I'll also insert some pictures of how I've used this. I've loaded it up with firewood. I had the four-wheeler on there. This came stock with a trailer jack, which you see here. The thing I like about this is it's enclosed. You can see right here that there's no open areas. It's not going to rust out on you easily anyway. This will actually, you go up and down adjustments with this, and it'll flip down for easier storage. So no complaints there. I got to put a boot on it or a wheel, haven't decided. Comes with the standard 2-inch ball receiver. Haven't had any problems with this. It's a little sticky, as they all are for the most part, but no problems. It hooks on good. It's nice and firm. Haven't had any issues with it. It comes with nice trailer hooks and or chain links, so hook up to your truck there. Nice beefy construction. It's an A-frame, so I think this was, yeah, for the money. It's built nice and solid. It does have your standard 4-pin adapter, so if you have a newer truck, depending on your make and model, you may need an adapter for this to work your tail lights and brake lights, so you'll need one of these. So this will turn, I think this is like a 5 or 7-pin adapter into the 4, and you can plug it in that way. So depending on your application, you may need one of these, but no big deal. So when I did get it, it's a 2020, and when I got it, had a few areas on the frame that were rusted, but for a utility trailer and the gauge metal of this, I'm not too worried about it. Being a $1,500 trailer, they don't go out of their way to fit and finish this thing 100%. So like if you have, see there's a little spot of rust here, surface rust. So what I have found is you just grab a little bit of this Rust-Oleum paint and primer. It will touch that up, no problem. And this has got the gloss finish to it, so it's a paint and primer in one. So I just went around to the few spots that I did have, and I just hit it, and it's like nothing even happened. And this is dirty because it's been sitting outside, but it'll match everything else. It'll match everything. You won't even know that you fixed a rust spot. So but yeah, this is very happy with this trailer. It's perfect it's the perfect size that I need. Towing on the truck, you don't even feel it behind you. I think it's 1,000 pounds, pretty much like 990 or something like that total weight, and it's rated to haul 3,000 pounds, so more than adequate for my application. And if you're looking for one, you'll know that the used trailers are just as expensive as the new ones. Sit tight for 1 second. I'll show you how I lock this thing up. It's important to keep them secure. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing away because I'm done using it for the day. And I'll show you that process. I will also share with you guys that this is a well-balanced trailer. If you do have to move it by hand, I do most of my moving by my four-wheeler. However, if you do have to move it by hand, it's very well balanced. Seems like most of the weight is well balanced on the axle. So if you have to lift it up, just gonna get a hand of it, and it's probably, maybe 40, 45 pounds, 50 pounds that you have to lift to get this thing moving. So it's not light, but it is manageable for sure. So, and these tarps that you see here and here, I do cover up and keep this thing protected with. So I'll go ahead and show you how I lock this up. So what I do, guys, take a chain. This is a 1-inch chain, 1-inch thick chain. Wrap that up over the axle, like so. You got it wrapped around the axle. You're going to go ahead, find one of those holes on the rim, feed it through there. Be gentle and careful not to rip the paint off your rim. And what I like to do, keep keep the lock up off the ground so it doesn't rust. Go ahead and link this up, lock it. And now if anybody tries to, you know, run away with this thing, it's just going to get bound up around the axle and the wheel will not spin anywhere. So they'll have a tough time trying to get away with this thing if they want it. I mean, it's not a high dollar item, but you don't want to make it easy. For extra security, you could lock up this, but it's up. So lock that over. So it should look something close to that. Important parts that are wrapped up, protected from the elements. And I also, this side gets sun, so I wrapped the tire with some tarp. This is just old, crappy tarp that you don't care what happens to. It doesn't have to be completely 100% waterproof. You do want it to breathe a little bit, so if there's got some holes in it, don't worry about it. Same goes with that one. And this tire on the far side does not get any sun, so I'm not worried about sun rot, dry rot, etc. So, and then I generally put a tarp over the wood just to preserve that as well. It is pressure treated, so I don't see a problem developing with that, but just for good measure. So here it is all wrapped up. If you guys have a better way of putting a tarp over this to protect it, aside from getting a larger tarp and kind of hanging it over the edges, which I may do, hit me up, let me know. This is how I would store it for long term. Kind of out of the way where nobody can really see it. It's protected enough, and aside from having it in indoor storage, I don't think it's going to get much better than this. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the comments below. And thank you for watching. You guys have a happy holiday. Take care.